There was one boy that paid particular attention to me. So one day he came up to me and he handed me a picture. And he said, "This is what you look like if you don't know." And it was a picture of someone, a girl who was extremely overweight. I remember just feeling devastated and embarrassed. The word control is what anorexia and eating disorders is all about. So I started trying different diets. I started to cut out entire food groups, and it became so obsessive that I would only eat a select handful of things. My mom started to notice that things were changing with me. I was starting to lose weight, but more so she noticed my eating habits.
A half an apple slice would be cut in 20 different sections, which really signaled to me that something was up.
I really started to get attention, especially from boys and things, and I thought, well, this is good. Being able to control my weight was something that gave me a great sense of power.
It wasn't until we were purchasing a cheerleading outfit for Katie, and she was in the dressing room trying it on, opened the curtain, my heart sank, and the reality of how serious this was really hit me. I missed all the signs.
I really started to drop weight so drastically that people started to give me negative attention. I just got very defensive and I thought, well, nothing's wrong with me.
I would just pray daily that she would find her identity in Christ, because I knew truly that was the answer. I'd not only pray in the secret place, but I'd pray with her. So she always saw that I was for her.
I finally got to a point where my mom had convinced me to go to counseling and that I needed help. I didn't really ever deal with the true heart issue. I didn't know how to deal with my emotions, and so I ran to food. And then, of course, I felt guilty, and I had to do something with that. I had to get rid of it, so I would purge. And I felt completely out of control, and I didn't know how to stop it. My sisters actually were the ones that came to me, and they said, "We know what you're doing to yourself." And so it was seeing my sisters crying and reaching out desperately for me and for me to be healthy that really kind of snapped something in me. And I realized what I was truly doing to myself at that moment. I really submitted myself to the Lord. I just poured out to him and I said, "Lord, what do I need to do to be healed from this and to turn my life around?" The very first scripture that the Lord showed me was Isaiah 61:3, which says that he gives you beauty for ashes and a garment of praise instead of despair. That was the very first thing that gave me hope. My mind just said, "Okay, Lord, I believe and I'm going to trust in your word and in this promise to me, and I know that you're going to bring something beautiful out of it." There was a lot of renewing of my mind that had to take place, but at that moment, physically, I completely abandoned all of my old ways, and I just said, I will never go back to that, and I never could.
There is so much joy. Katie's really living life to her fullest, and God is getting all the glory because she's always pointing back to him, that her freedom has been found in him.
For so long, I was almost scared of food, and I thought that it was kind of a bad thing. But the Lord just put a desire in my heart to start getting in the kitchen and start learning about food and different ways to prepare it, to kind of introduce me into food in a new, safe way, and just make it about joy and even bringing joy to others. Even the worst of circumstances, if you give your life to the Lord and trust him with your life, he can take any situation and bring restoration and hope and healing. That is what he does best. That is his business, is restoration.